extra hard, you cuz. I don't fuck with you cuz you disrespect me. I don't fuck with you cuz you disrespect me. I go hard cuz. We're gonna play it again. We're gonna run it back, okay? Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz. What? What's up, how extra hard, you cuz? Hey. You disrespect me. Whoop. I don't fuck with you cuz you disrespect me. I go hard cuz. Hey, you guys. I'm sorry about that. I had hit the wrong button and it started right away. I know people told me to start the stream first because my intro was getting cut off because YouTube is playing commercials. So I want to make sure you guys get the beginning because people love that. Okay, that's what hypes up the show. Okay, and for people asking why I use that song, we voted a few years ago after the young man passed away. But the homie Reese Beats made that song. It was from a viral meme, and I love it. And the reason why I use it, it's not because I'm a Crip. It is because I don't have a set schedule. I just go live when I feel like it, anytime, any date. That's why I feel like everybody who comes to my live stream, you are meant to be here because I don't have a set schedule. I don't go live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. It's just, when I'm up to it and I got stuff to say, I'm going to go live. You know what I'm saying? I like it more impromptu like that. So that is why we use the theme song. Today I got time, cuz, okay? Because today what? I got time. So I hope everybody's doing good. Come on in. Wait for some more people to get up in here. We had a really good stream this weekend, too. Who is it? Okay, Iriza says, I finally caught a live. Yes, you did. Come on in. We're supposed to be getting a tornado today, too. So if y'all hear, we've been getting a lot of wind, a lot of rain. It's been raining like literally nonstop in the Midwest, which is crazy because the rest of the nation looks to be under some type of heat advisory. It's super hot down south and on the West Coast, but we've been getting pummeled with rain. But I'm not mad because we need it, okay? So everything is going good so far. Let me see how many people got up in here. Okay, good. We got a good amount of folks. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Oh, we got a super chat already. Okay, Darylyn Quick sent $20. She says, hey, T, I appreciate the time and effort that you put into your deep dives and your videos that you make. Most YouTubers don't appreciate their subscribers. Thank you so much. And I agree with you 100%. And that is one reason why I love my subscribers. This is why I love staying in my little bubble. I really don't venture out. There's a few YouTubers I fool with and that I enjoy their content. But for the most part, I rock with my subscribers. You're going to find me, on Instagram in the comment section every now and then or on Discord, because the drama is just insane, especially on YouTube. So I thank you guys for just always supporting me, regardless if we agree or disagree, just for being there and just enjoying real content, real people that make content and not necessarily things that are corporate driven. So, your super chat and y'all's love means a lot to me. So I want to go ahead and hit on a few issues here. So the other day I did a live stream this weekend. And so during that live stream, somebody sent a super chat and they were asking me about the Armand, Claudia Jordan, Reynolds situation. I had no idea what was going on. I don't watch TGIF. Put a teacup, if you guys have heard me say on many occasions, I do not watch celebrity commentators. And the reason why I don't watch celebrity commentators is because for me, I just get fake vibes. I get that they're not really being real. They're trying to keep their celebrity relationships in Hollywood. They'd rather have influencers come on and have the influencers speak and say the controversial stuff so that way they can still save face. I don't thank you. There go the teacups. I've said this time and time again. So that wasn't like a shot at Armand, like I'm not watching it because Armand's on the show. I've never watched one full episode of TGIF. I am subscribed to Armand. When I get notifications from his channel, I watch his videos on YouTube. I watch his Jaguar Wright interview. I watch his content. When I want to watch Funky, I go to Funky's channel and I watch Funky's live streams. I watch his content. I've never sat through an episode of TGIF. I'm not into Claudia or Al Reynolds. I'm just not. So when people were asking me, did I know about the drama? I did not know about the drama. I found out with you guys live on stream as I'm trying to find TikTok videos and trying to find a backstory, to everything that's going on. So I didn't really appreciate some of the comments that were saying that I was being messy for laughing and, my response was immature. First of all, bitch, let me set the record straight. You don't control my reaction to anything. I thought the roast was funny. I gagged, I laughed. It was funny to me. If you didn't find it funny, that is your business. But like I also said on the stream, I don't do roast. I don't know why roasting is a thing. When it's my birthday, just send me a happy birthday message. Send me a happy birthday text. I take presents, I take cash apps, but don't roast me. Because as a Leo, bitch, I'm sensitive, okay? We can be tough, but then we can turn into kittens. I know my personality. I don't do roast. You know what I'm saying? Because people be roasting, but roasters be having some low-key truths in there. So for me, I'm not fit for that. But if that's what they do on their platform, that's what they do on their platform. So I'm laughing because it's a roast. And his roast was funny. Okay, Armand is a key. And my thing is, yes, he was being messy with some of the stuff that he was saying, right? But that was also part of that roasting factor, is that he's supposed to be messy. People said he was digging below the belt. It seemed like an HR issue and all this other stuff. But for me, just at face value, I thought it was funny. I didn't know it was all this deep shit behind the scenes. Because again, I don't watch the show. So I didn't know there was all this back and forth and, people like going off and, getting really mad behind this whole situation. So as I went to go follow up more on the situation, because I'm like, okay, well now why am I getting attacked? Because I laughed and I wasn't sensitive to Al. I don't know that man from a can of paint. That's his show. And then on the show, he said that, at the end of it, he said it was funny. Like he acted like it was a good time until he called into Funky's show when y'all had me pull up the clip of Funky and he called in. He's like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, damn, I guess he was mad. But to me, I didn't think all of this was that deep. Okay, so we're going to kind of go back here. Let me pull up for some of y'all who weren't here. So we're gonna listen to Armand's roast for y'all who might have missed it. Let me pull up my account here. Come on in. Listen, I said Lee T the hello. And that's what I'm saying. Why am I in it? I ain't got shit to do with this. I don't work for them. I'm not, I didn't understand like why people felt away because I laughed. Bitch, it was funny. That's why I laughed. Why the fuck do you laugh? Cause shit be funny. So let me go ahead. We're going to watch this real quick here. Give me just a second. Okay. So this was the roast that got everybody's panties in a bunch.
Truly your birthday. Now, everyone, I wrote it down. Gather round. It's roast time, okay? Today that we're celebrating our very own Al Reynolds' birthday. Al, you're a man of many talents, some of which include being messy, causing drama, and having a knack for making our workplace feel like a reality TV show. Al's got a unique ability to smile in your face, snap a picture, and go behind your back and talk about you to your coworker that he claims he hates. It's like he's got a PhD in two-faced study. Okay. Due to Al's special relationship with management and his hypersensitivity, we are not allowed to talk about his failed marriage. So even though he's brought.
Now let me say this: watch Claudia Jordan the whole time, and I said this during my live stream the other day. I'm like, why is she so happy and giddy? And I even said, with friends like that, who needs enemies? So we're going to keep playing it.
Up many times, I'll steer clear of that topic to keep my job. Now, but wait, there's more. Al fancies himself as the facts guy, but somehow he never seems to get the actual facts right. He's also a talk show host who's supposed to have all the strong opinion, but the guy can't form a thought without his notes. Seriously. I've seen grocery store lists with more spontaneous insight. And let's not forget his legendary struggle with names and words. Al, it's successful, not successful. It's like watching a toddler trying to pronounce spaghetti. Oh, and how could I forget Al's clout chasing antics? He's got all these celebrities friends, but the best part, none of these celebrities actually know they're supposed to be friends with him. As if that wasn't enough. Al is currently on a mission to get our talk show canceled. His nasty, childish, slightly jealous attitude is working overtime to torpedo our show. It's like he's auditioning for a soap opera villain role. But despite all the chaos, let's not forget it's your birthday, Al. Okay? So here's to you. May your future be as drama-free as your past has been drama-filled. Happy birthday, Al.
That was a roast.
That was ratchet, and I enjoyed every second of it. Thank you, Armand. Thank you.
That was ratchet, and I enjoyed every second of it. Thank you, Armand. So I'm confused. So it seemed like he was having a good old funky time, and then had the nerve to call into Funky Dineva, no pun intended, and then, cry foul. And now that I'm looking at how all of this is playing out, I feel like it was on purpose. I feel like he called Funky. He knew Funky was live, and he called on purpose to be messy. So let's we bring receipts here. So let's play the part with Funky when he called Funky's show. He knew Funky was live.
Tiana Taylor don't need them $8,000. She really don't. She don't need. Oh, this Al calling me right here. This Al right here. Hey.
Listen.
Hold on before you talk.
No,
Hold on, I'm on live.
You need to hear this on live.
Hold on, people can hear you.
I don't give a fuck. When I tell you go back and watch TGIF tonight, go back and watch TGIF tonight.
What happened?
Go back and watch TGIF tonight, and you tell me if I don't have a reason. Ooh, you filming me?
I told you was live.
Oh, my bad. Go back. Hey, friend, go back and watch TGIF tonight and call me back.
All right, bye.
Nessa girl. Okay. So like I said, I'm going back and I'm rewatching all of this because, again, I was reacting in real time. So I'm not understanding the backdrop and the background and all the shit that's going on over there, and I don't care, So I'm going back and I'm watching all this. I'm like, okay, the energy just seems very weird. And everybody's saying, well, Al was being a professional. And I get that, but it's something, but again, this is a show that they're supposed to be keeping it real. So if he was bothered and we're all friends, I'm going to let you know, like, yeah, nah, you doing too much. I'm going to throw some shade back at you. We're going to kind of go back and forth tit for tat. So for me, like when he got off of there, it seemed like everything was all good, but the way he was talking to Funky, you could tell he was definitely bothered, right? So then throughout this whole weekend, it's just been tea spilling and Claudia's online, crying tattooed tears and upset. So we're going to watch the video of Claudia. She did a stream or something, either on YouTube or on Instagram. So we're going to watch this. And again, this is why I don't fool with corporate shows. It's nothing but a bunch of fake bullshit. So watch everything that Claudia is saying in this clip. Now, mind you, before Claudia went live, everybody thought they were cool. Funky was allegedly the problem and he left, and, Al and Claudia are still there. But look at everything that Claudia's about to say in this live stream. Okay, let me go ahead and play this. Ooh, hold on.
Gold member 225, why do you allow the white owners of Fox Soul have you roast each other? Not cool. That's not what happened. And actually, our entire production team is black. And we roast every single person's birthday on the cast has been roasted. And there had been some horrific things said about me before in a roast, but we laugh it off like that's what roasts are. It should only really hurt your feelings or bother you if the stuff they're saying is true. Like when it's not true, you'd be like, okay, whatever. But the stuff that's true, I could see how that would strike a nerve. But the white people, they did not pit us against each other. It's something we've been doing for years, ever since the tea started. A real roast, they go, if you think our roast was me, please look up the roast of Flavor Flav, Pam Anderson. Basically, look up any roast. Those people, you're like, the look on my face, I was like, ah, that's how they be. They have you gagging every time because that's what a roast is. No, the show was on yesterday. So Al put a post out, I guess, saying that the show was canceled. And I feel like that was misleading. I think he meant whatever he does on YouTube. I've never seen the show. So people thought that there was no show. And guess what? That makes the numbers go down.
Whatever he does on YouTube, because I've never seen his show. So I caught that. That made my ears perk up because I'm like, well, if that's your friend and y'all are cool, because again, I don't watch the show. I don't know the dynamics. So I'm just somebody seeing them on a show. I'm assuming they have to be somewhat cool. But she said whatever he does on YouTube, I don't watch his show. So I'm like, okay, something is definitely going on with the two of them. We're going to continue.
Right? We had pre-taped that show on Thursday, and it was all good before the roast episode. So that show was fine. It was in the can. So it was a good show. So that show was on. I'm eating food. So I think that post, whatever he posted, I don't follow him. So I think that post he posted, which was sent to me, misled people to think, well, I'm not going to even watch the show tonight or tune in because it's not on. But it was on. So do I not get along with that? Well, we used to be friends. I put him on the show. You know, we used to be friends. We haven't been friends for a long time. I will say that. And I haven't been happy.
We used to be friends, but we haven't been friends in a long time. So keep that in mind.
With some of the behind the scenes things he's been doing. It's been like really like shocking over the years to see, like, I didn't really know this person like I thought. But, you know, I can work with anyone. I'll work. And I've had to work with people before. Unfortunately, this is a show that it was created because, like, we had 3 people that actually got along and, like, actually, like, talking to each other and weren't jealous and, like, to have fun and wanted to, like, see it for each other. And, like, we were so looking forward to being in the studio together, you know? We were so looking forward to, like, seeing what the show could go into. But, like, I think there was a lot of things folks were worrying about with other people getting paid and if we were getting the same money, and then there was some jealousy and motherfuckers taking pictures of your car and Instagram and screenshotting it and sending it to each other and kikiing and being jealous and being like, oh, you have this house and you have this, and oh, we must not be getting the same money, and then being resentful. But I didn't have to hype Armand up. I didn't hype him up to, like, say this stuff. It's a roast and he's fucking good at it, you know? Yes, something that happened early on with Al that he had to apologize to me several times. We didn't have to. You don't have to apologize to me. But he apologized to me, but I never looked at him the same. He got caught talking shit on a text, and he had to confess, and he said some foul shit about me, and that's where the chemistry first. I'm just gonna tell it. I feel like I should say with the origin, because I'm getting blamed for everything, and, like, I've been keeping it cute for years. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna tell the story. All right. Maybe about 6-7 months into TGIF, it was so good.
Keep that in mind. She said 6-7 months into TGIF. This show has been on for years now at this point. So keep that in mind.
So happy. We went out together. That shit was fun as shit.
Then her stream ended up going out. So later on, she took to social media and she was leaving comments. So she says, hell soulmates. I think she meant hello. Soulmates, there's a lot of misinformation going on and backstabbing. Trust me, when the time is right, the truth will come out and you will know. I love this show. It was my baby. Okay? Let me see here. I have put together a few clips. Then she says, Al was having side conversations with Armand, trying to get me fired, and having side conversations with me, trying to get Armand fired. When we found out, we squashed our beef. Al's been miserable since before. Oh, since we made, I don't know what, something is blocking it. Then somebody says, shake my head. Losing the bag on the account of Armand is crazy. Claudia says, that's who you blame? ? Then she says, Al tanked our show, just like Armand told you. 1 week later, it's off. Then somebody else says, what's up with TGIF? She says, Al ruined our friendship being two-faced. Just wait till it all comes out. I'm going to let everyone talk first. I will talk later, but mine will be true. Then here, Sean Allen is saying, Claudia, do you think publicly engaging in negative commentary, going live with random bloggers, tweeting in the comments everywhere helps anything? Al hasn't said anything, and the safe live Armand did yesterday contradicted your comments below. Where is your PR friend telling you? So then Claudia says, not one lie told. Your obsession with this is way too much. This does not concern you. Okay? Then there was another post. Let me share this real quick as well. Oops, sorry. Was this it? Yeah. Okay, so this one, Claudia says, Vanessa, well, I try to salvage it first as much as I can. If folks can continue to be stubborn, I will eventually throw in the towel and tell it, and it ain't what y'all think. We got a snake. Then she says, Al tanked our show, just like Amon told you. Okay, I just read that. Then she says, I called Al today to try one last time to fix it. He ignored me, so fuck it. Okay? So these were the comments that she was leaving in the comment section on, I don't know, Twitter or Instagram. Now, this is what I take away from all of this, right? This is what I take away from this whole situation. Because like I said, there was no commentary to be given because I didn't know any of this nonsense until after the fact. I was simply laughing at the roast because it was a kiki. It made me laugh. My thing is, all this proves is that all this shit is fake as hell. She said 6 months into TGIF, Al was texting somebody, talking shit about her. He had to admit that he was talking shit about her, and they haven't really been cool ever since. She's had to deal with him in the work environment, but they're not close. So my thing is, why even put yourself in this situation over the next few years? Like, I get having to get a bag, but I'm sorry, there's nothing like my peace. Our money's not good money if it's coming off like this where y'all are bickering and fighting and throwing each other under the bus. That's because there was never no loyalty there. So to save face, they just kept going on with the show as if nothing was wrong for years. Like that to me is insane. So I'm looking at this like they both feel like this show is their baby, right? They, created the show. They got the show, they put it together. They're the two main celebrities. So if y'all are that, if this is y'all show and y'all had that much hype about yourselves and y'all believe in yourselves, why did y'all need to bring Armand into the show? After Funky left, why didn't you guys just keep being fake and doing y'all's commentary? Because they both know neither one of them have a real personality like that. They're not really engaging. They're not going to keep it all the way buck. You know what I'm saying? So they have to bring in other people. They have to bring in Armand. They have to bring in Lunel and other people because they're dry. They don't have the personality to just, to keep somebody's attention for an hour straight. No shade. That's just me being real. Everybody can't get up here and do what it is that I and many other people do, which is roll solo dolo. It's hard to entertain, crack jokes out the top of your head, read comments, read super chats, and still answer questions from a wide variety of topics outside of just fucking and sucking. Everybody can't do that. And they know they couldn't. So to me, they drug Armand into some nonsense. They knew they had beef behind the scenes. They knew they weren't cool. And then you add a third person into the mix. I think really Armand was being used as a pawn. Because she said that in that tweet, if you're paying attention, if you're really looking at this and you're not coming, because again, I have no dog in this fight. But as I'm looking at this deeper, they were using him as a pawn. It's almost like he's the new guy. Here, you come over here and you side with me because we're both gay men. And then Claudia's like, no, you need to side with me because I really like your work or, whatever. So they're kind of pulling him both ways. But Claudia said that Al Reynolds was feeding Armand info to try and get her fired. And in the same breath, feeding Claudia info to try and get Armand fired and to try and get Claudia fired. Then they both exchanged notes and they found out that Al was the common denominator. So that roast that everybody's mad about, you can say that I'm wrong. That's how I feel. Check, please. Okay, this is how I'm seeing all of this play out. So while everybody is thinking that Claudia put a battery in Armand's back, how do y'all know that Armand didn't go at him like that because of what he was trying to do to Armand behind the scenes? Armand's a grown man. Why does somebody have to put a battery in his back? He's always got online and popped off and said what he wanted to say. I feel like him and Al had a genuine issue. We didn't know it at the time when it first played out on the roast. But now that she's in the now that she's in the comment section, okay, spilling tea, it's obvious. It's obvious what's going on. So to me, I feel like everybody in this situation, as far as Claudia and Al, they were being messy. And now they're all trying to prove that they weren't. Like, he's messy, wasn't me. I'm going to tell the truth and this and that. So I just feel like the whole thing is just really, really childish at the end of the day. If y'all don't like each other, quit being fake and phony and having people in a situation where they're thinking everything is copacetic. But in reality, y'all don't get along. Y'all are just there for a check. That is crazy. They've literally admitted they don't like each other. But this whole time for years, y'all been playing like everything's cool. And then everybody wanted to be mad at Funky a few months ago. But now people are seeing why Funky left. You know what I'm saying? People are seeing why he left the show. At the end of the day, regardless if it was a roast, if y'all feel like Armand was being messy, everybody's entitled to their opinion at the end of the day. But I'm not about to sit here and cry tattoo tears for a bunch of grown folks. I'm not about to sit here and cry tattoo tears for Al Reynolds. That man is in his 50s. Why y'all acting like he don't sit up on the internet and gossip and kiki and clown and, you know, go in on celebrities too? Like, that's the one thing I've never understood. Okay? Oh, Messy Sweet Spot is in the building. She said, that's Hollywood. They're all fake for fame. Thank you. People who have lived in LA, we understand what is going on. It's a bunch of fake ass shit for a check. And then you got a lot of people celebrating because they feel like, okay, they don't like Armand or whatever, so they're just trying to solely pin it on him. But if you really step back and look at this whole situation, it's way deeper than anything that Armand said. If you feel like Armand's roast is what took down that show, then you just don't like him anyways. The situation goes way deeper than a roast. Them two fools don't like each other, and they were just connecting with each other for a check. At the end of the day, like I've always said, y'all have heard me say this time and time again. One thing I don't understand about people who love to get into the commentary game, because everybody loves to do commentary because they think, you know, it's a check to be had. It's easy. I can give my opinion on celebrities. Okay? I've said this time and time again. How can you do commentary talking about everybody's business, spilling tea, having an opinion on everything under the sun, but then the second you're the topic of that said commentary, you're in your feelings? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. That's why I don't get in my feelings when it comes to people having opinions about me. I don't give a fuck. That is your opinions. Your opinions about me, that's between you and God. At the end of the day, if I have an opinion about stuff under the sun, everything under the sun, and I give commentary about everything, how can I then cry tattoo tears that people are talking about me? I don't even understand where Claudia's coming from, being upset that people are asking her questions or people are dragging her. Who cares? You have a gossip show, ma'am. All you do is sit around and sip tea while everybody else gossips on your platform. You didn't create a political platform. You didn't create a platform to teach people about science and technology. You gossip for a living. We all do. Yeah, you know she watches. Somebody said Claudia watching. You know she watches, child. But she said she don't know me, though. When I met her, she said she didn't know me. She didn't know Lovelyti TV, which was very comical. I was like, oh, okay. But the people who run Fox Soul, they knew me. They pulled up my channel and everything and loved what I do. But she said that she didn't know me when I met her. But it's cool. But again, like I said, I just feel like at the end of the day, this situation is deeper, you know, than Armand's roast. These are two people who didn't like each other, who decide to bring a third person into the mix, okay? And Al was being just as messy, playing both sides of the fence. I think at this point, they don't want the show. I think because the show was initially Claudia's baby, and she knows she does not have the personality to sit up there and just, you know, do this shit on her own that's going to keep people's attention. She has to have sidekicks, okay? That's why she's holding on to it. Al probably wants to do his own thing. You know, he's more corporate. He's more, you know, serious. He wants to do his own thing. So I think that's why he was playing both sides of the fence from what she's saying. But I think the whole situation is just insane. I think like people celebrating like the downfall of the show, you know, people like happy and glee and saying like, oh, you know, that's what Armand gets. He ruined the show. I'm like, are y'all even looking at this deeper? Like, you think somebody can come in, he's only been there, I don't know what, a few months, and just ruin the show? No, I think the writing was on the wall back when Funky left. I think the writing was ready on the wall. And I think the whole situation is just, it's sad because it's just a bunch of fake shit, just like the Breakfast Club. They were sitting on there for years. Angela Yee had issues with Charlamagne and vice versa, but they had to be on there together and, you know, keep face. And then when she got a chance to leave, she was done. And again, I get contracts, so don't get me wrong. I get that, you know, sometimes people are in contracts, but it seems like they have new contract negotiations pretty periodically. So at any point in time, if it was this bad, they could have just all left and left gracefully instead of trying to fake it for a check. And again, this is why I don't watch corporate-led commentary, because all this shit is fake. Now we're finding out that the two main people, the ones who are supposed to be demure and classy and whatever else, they don't even get along. They're just as messy behind the scenes, both of them. Because Al hasn't said anything on social media. Claudia's doing all the talking, but they're both just as messy. I think the reason why Armand went as hard as he did in that roast that offended so many of y'all is because Al was doing something behind the scenes to him as well. That's how I feel. That there's definitely more to the story. I refuse to believe that he doesn't do anything. He's just behind the scenes, just sitting pretty. He don't do anything. We heard his true temperament when he called into Funky Dineva's show. That was the real Al. All that trying to be prissy on camera and, you know, oh, and da-da, that was him. When he was like, I don't give a fuck. That was the real Al. Okay? So, again, ain't nobody innocent in this. I'm not about to sit here and cry tattoo tears for a bunch of grown adults who run a gossip channel. Absolutely the fuck not. So people talking about, I need to get up here and defend Claudia because, you know, she's a woman and she's being attacked. Claudia can hold her own boobs. Okay? I'm not here to defend or cape for anybody. Everybody's grown in this situation. But what I'm saying is, if you really look at it for what it is, it's a lot bigger than Armand's roast. Armand's roast is not the catalyst that ruined the show. What it is he's in his feelings because he didn't think Armand was going to go there. So he got in his feelings, hence when he called in a Funky show. So again, if you guys don't want to be there, if it's too much of stress and, you know, depression and, you know, you guys are enemies, then cancel the show and go your separate ways. Go do your own YouTube channel or give Armand his own show on Fox Soul. You know, go do y'all's own thing. Because again, if they were both strong enough and they really loved the show, then why couldn't the two of them just move forward? Why even bring in a third person? Because they knew Funky was the main person on that show with the personality. Most people who watched that show, they tuned in for Funky Dineva's thoughts and opinions. They weren't tuning in for Al and Claudia like that. Anytime it went viral, the clips that I would see that would go viral, it was because of something Funky said or a topic or the way Funky was addressing it. It was never because of Claudia or Al. So again, somebody said they're too old for this drama. They are. These people are in their 50s. And people are in comment sections crying like Al is 18. This is a grown man. He's old enough to be all our daddies. I'm just saying. These are people our parents' age. That's a grown man. I'm not about to sit here and, oh my God, and that's so wrong, and this is an HR issue, and how, like some of y'all be talking low-key cold shit about y'all's coworkers. But everybody wants to act, you know what I'm saying, holier than thou on the internet. Half y'all can't stand the bitches that you work with in your customer service department. Let's keep that real. That's why I always laugh when people act like people like the, remember I told y'all before, I always find it funny people act like the rap girls are supposed to be best friends. Oh, Cardi and Nicki need to get along. Lotto and Ice Spice need to get along. Women empowerment. Half y'all don't get along with your coworkers. But y'all want these rap girls to be best friends. Y'all want Kendrick Lamar and Drake to be best friends. Half y'all can't stand your coworkers. Like, honestly, if they could have Fight Club in the work environment, half y'all would be in the Fight Club whooping on your coworker's ass. Okay? So let's keep that real. People need to stop. I don't know what this fake outrage is on social media. People trying to be willfully ignorant. People acting like, you know, they've never, oh my God, oh, I shudder. Oh, I've never seen coworkers not get along. This is so unfair. This is an HR issue. How dare Armand? Oh my God. Oh. It's like, oh, y'all are so fake and phony, child. The fake outrage is funny. The fake outrage is funny. At the end of the day, it's a workplace. People are going to get along and not get along. Me personally, if I don't like my work environment, there's not enough money in the world to keep me there. I'm out. Deuces. There are other jobs, other environments you can work in. It doesn't make any sense to not be happy. A lot of us, let's keep it real, because I worked corporate for years in IT. A lot of times you spend more time at work with your work family, with your coworkers, than you even do your own family. There's times I would get off work, especially when I worked in North Carolina, because I used to have to work evenings 2 days a week. There were times that I didn't even see my babies off to bed, because by the time I got off work, they're in bed. But I got to see my coworkers every day, bright and early. So again, if it's a miserable space, and you're upset, then to me, the money's not worth it. You know, she's talking about her cars and her house, and, you know, everybody's looking at her bag and thinking she's making more money and they're jealous about the money. Well, if your money's that good, why put up with the bullshit? It doesn't make sense. If I'm living my best life and, you know what I'm saying, and all this, then I'm not going to put up with the nonsense. If you have the money, you actually have the funds to say, you know what? Let's end this. I'm going to just start a whole different show or go do something else. Because she does have the fame. She does have, you know what I'm saying, the name. People know her. So why even deal with the stress and the fakeness? It's just weird. It's weird. Angel Johnson, she says, T is too scared to be on TGIF because she can't control the comments there. No, I don't want to be on TGIF. That might be your goal, bitch, okay? But I don't want to be on that, okay? So that's the problem. Y'all think that everybody's goal is to be on television or to be mainstream, when a lot of us are comfortable getting our own checks here, where we don't have to split them amongst other people or work with people that we don't like. I roll solo dolo, and I always have, okay? So you can go to TGIF and sit on their couch and, you know, do commentary over there. But I don't have to control the comments because you're still in there bumping your gums. But I will address you. So, bitch, that might be your goal in life. That's not my goal. So let's make that very, very clear, okay? Because I've been asked. I don't want it. Oh, shit, the mods done booted her out. Well, bye, Angel. They done booted. I didn't even boot you out, child. The mods rang your neck and threw you out of there. Bye, bitch. Them mods threw her out of there. That's what y'all be confused with. Everybody who's on YouTube doing commentary, that's not everybody's goal. For some people, they do want to be mainstream. They do want to be on television, and that is their business. Everybody has their own goals in life. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I love being over here having conversation with my tea sippers, having a good time, doing my little live events, meeting people. That's what I personally enjoy. I've told y'all from day one, that has never been my goal, is to be on television. For what? If television is popping, then why are all these celebrities running here? Please explain that. If TV is where it's at, then why are they all running to the internet? Why are they all building YouTube channels? Why are they all starting podcasts? My point exactly. So no, I built this platform from the ground up. My energy will only be given to this platform that's in my name and my brand. I'm not going to sit on somebody else's couch and help build up their shit. I'm not doing that. That's the same thing Funky said. Y'all don't want to pay me my worth. Why would I sit here and continue to build up your brand when he can run his own show and get his 100% check? Why split a check between 3 individuals, especially if the other 2 are not even like as dynamic as he is? That's common sense. So, I mean, people kill me with that. But child, it is what it is, honey. Yeah, Angel fucked around and found out. Bye, Angel. Let me read some of these super chats here. Hold up. Shelby Kiana sent $4.99, says, love you, TT. Love watching you. Whether I agree with you, I just love hearing your side. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, love. Thank you. Lovelyti Sweet sent $5, says, congratulations on 1 million subs. I've been watching since middle school. I'm not in the 2nd year of college. Keep doing UT. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Thank you for being an OG tea sipper and supporting me. I appreciate you, sis. Bree sent $19.99, says, hey, T, I hope everything is going well. I missed the previous live. My father's in the hospital. All the prayers I can receive are greatly appreciated. I'm still here, but wanted to stop by today. Love you. Love you too, sis. I hope everything gets better with your father. Make sure you post that in the prayer room in the Discord so we can definitely send you prayers. So I hope everything gets better, sis. Thank you for stopping through. Miss A sent $5, says, hey, T, looking good as always. What's up, sis? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Marta M sent $9.99, says, T, we love you. I've been subscribed since 2012. You're an OG. I always go to you for the news, gossip, and great spirits. Let's go for another 1 million. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Kashif McCaslin, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, sent $19.99, says, T, first of all, let me congratulate you on a well-deserved 1 million. Your drive, appreciation, and respect for your tea sippers is unmatched and needs to be studied. Thank you for being you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And, again, that's why I know who my real tea sippers are, who my real folks who've been here, my day ones, the people who know how I get down. Like, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for the love, sis. Camilla sent 10. Let's see here. Says, T, be careful with the upcoming storm. I honestly feel some type of way. CJ been getting blamed for the drama attached to TGIF. She created the show, so it would make sense for her to sabotage it. It would make no sense for her to sabotage it. Again, with the whole Claudia Jordan situation, I feel like she's getting blamed for a lot of it because it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and because she's the face of it, she's going to get a brunt of it. But to me, I don't just blame her. I think there's some shit in the mix. I don't think Al is as innocent as everybody's making him out to be either. I think the blame is 50-50. And she already said it on her live stream. They have not been friends since 6 months into a show that's been on for years. So there's something going on with the both of them. But where I find fault is, well, why continue? Why keep up this facade and why bring other people if you two ain't even getting along? It doesn't make any sense. And now here we are. But thank you so much for the super chat, sis. Let's see here. Belly B sent $1.99, says, I'm going to keep it 100. I don't like Armand. And you're entitled to your opinion. Thank you for the super chat. Lakeisha sent $4.99. Thank you so much, Lakeisha. Appreciate you. Shauna sent $9.99. Said, people don't know how hard you fought to get your million. You were shadow banned, suppressed for years, and still successful. You're an internet icon. Put some respect on this lady's name. Thank you so much, Shauna. I appreciate you. Like I said, if I never get props from, the mainstream or the corporate-driven people, I could care less. For me, you can't pay for the type of real support that I have. You know what I'm saying? Real subscribers. When you look in my chat, it's real people communicating. It's not a bunch of bots. You know what I'm saying? When you go to my Instagram page, it's not like Vlad TV where it's a bunch of bot followers and, bot comments and stuff like that. That's what television and that's what corporate is looking for. They're looking for real people. but they can't recreate the sauce. So I appreciate y'all. That's why I say at the end of the day, my 1 million subscribers plaque, I didn't do that by myself. I did that with the help of real people who really supported me. So thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. I do. So now, okay, it's been 45 minutes, child. We have over 9,000 people in here. If you're liking the stream, make sure you guys hit it with the like, please. So let's go ahead and segue. We got to talk about this situation that's going on with Bishop Lamore Whitehead. Now, the AKA the Bling Bishop. Now, I talked about him for a while. I did a few videos on him. And I talked about like how it was just, his energy just came out very, very strange. And he just seemed scammy. Nothing about him gave anything about God. He's walking around in full Gucci suits and Fendi outfits. And so we were I was first really introduced to him when he was Tekashi 6ix9ine's pastor. He was always with 6ix9ine and Mayor Eric Adams. Then he went viral for getting robbed on camera. And a lot of people felt like it was staged, including Larry Reed. A lot of people felt like it was staged. And I remember him getting into it really bad with Larry Reed. I have that stream here. I'm going to go ahead and play that. And he was just disgusting to him. And then even after that, he was threatening to sue Larry Reed and everything else. He wanted to sue a lot of bloggers, people who had opinions about him. He wanted to sue as well. So give me just a second here. Okay, so we're going to watch this really quick.
I don't even know you. All right, I don't even know you. You're trying to include yourself into this. You need to go and get some weight loss if you want to get served. Yes, sir. If you want to sit here and laugh about what happened in my church when we got armed robbed, you're fat. That's what you are. You're a fat slob. I don't know you. All right. We can really get like this, all right? You're not gonna laugh at the situation where a gun was pointed at my baby. Where a gun was pointed at. I listened to it. I listened to it, all right? I listened to it. I listened to it. So I don't even know you. Number one, I don't know you. I don't know. Don't give me no props and laugh at me at the same time. Don't give me no props and laugh at me at the same time. Yeah, let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there, Biggie. Let's go there, Biggie.
Don't know me. You've never
Let's go there, Biggie.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
I'm a liar. Let's go. How am I lying, Biggie?
Two,
Biggie Big, not Biggie Smalls, but you're Biggie Big.
You are quote unquote
all right.
a bishop in the Lord's church.
That's right.
You have seen my face on your timeline before, and if you say you haven't, you're a liar.
I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. I do not know you. I do not know you. But at the end of the day, when you come here and try to talk about me, and I don't know you at all. And at the end of the day, when I come on and I'm listening and I'm seeing you laughing at me, I'm sitting here, you laughing at me. I don't even know you. And then Larry, you want to sit here and talk about, hold on. And Larry, you want to sit here and talk about, hold on. Larry, and you want to sit here, and talk about that I spoke about homosexuality. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on one second. Nobody wants to talk to you, Biggie. Nobody wants to.
Child, okay. Next. So he was very arrogant around that time, cussing folks out, swearing up and down. People were like, just attacking him. He said that the whole robbery thing was real. And then he decided to take us on a tour of his closet for some strange reason. So we're going to watch the tour of his closet here.
Your closet. Got all my priestly robes and more. Designer coats, you name it, Gucci, Louis, you name it. Fendi, you name it. More coats. And then when you walk into my shoe closet, every designer wear for days. But I didn't come on to talk about.
What about this man screamed pastor or bishop to anybody? The fact that he had parishioners and people like giving him, donating him money, it's just insane. So now we fast forward 2 years. He was found guilty a few months ago. So we're going to watch this. He swore up and down they were hating on him and everything else. This was from a few months ago.
It's been an emotional roller coaster for the past 4 years.
Rashid Anderson relieved tonight following the conviction of Lamar Whitehead, better known as the Bling Bishop, for his lavish lifestyle. A Manhattan federal jury today finding Whitehead guilty of defrauding a parishioner and trying to extort a businessman.
It's been a long time coming, and we're very happy to see that the verdict was guilty today.
Rashid's mother, Pauline Anderson, invested $90,000 of her retirement savings with Whitehead. Prosecutors said he spent the money on luxury goods at Louis Vuitton and Foot Locker and even used Anderson's money to make his car payments. Rashid testified during the trial. You and your mother trusted this guy.
Yeah, we trusted him a lot.
Whitehead, no stranger to headlines. In July of 2022, he was robbed at gunpoint while delivering a sermon in Brooklyn. The $1 million jewelry heist caught on his church's live stream. 2 months ago, one of the men accused of the robbery killed by U.S. Marshals at a New Jersey hotel.
This was the guy that put the gun, have a gun pointed just like this in my wife's face, pointed just like this in my 8-month-old baby's face, and then had the gun to the back of my head as he ripped off my jewelry.
Whitehead not yet publicly commenting on his conviction, which also includes charges that he tried to force a Bronx businessman to lend him $500,000 while promising access to Mayor Adams. Whitehead claimed he knows the mayor on a personal level. The bishop going to social media after his arrest in December 2022.
Just because you was arrested doesn't make you guilty.
Jurors found Whitehead guilty of wire fraud, lying to the FBI, and attempted extortion. The trial lasting 2 weeks. Rashid had prayed for today's outcome.
I do want to give thanks to God because he was the one that, revealed the truth, and I was able to go up there. Everyone was able to go up there and speak their truth.
Whitehead's sentencing.
Okay. Again, the thing I don't understand is y'all's bishop is literally on social media flaunting his closet, his designer goods, his shoes. Why would he need money from y'all? Obviously, he got it like that. Like, he shouldn't have to borrow no money from his parishioners. He got Fendi shoes and Gucci boots. It doesn't make any sense why people are even giving him their hard-earned money. So long story short, it's now been announced that he's been sentenced. We're going to go ahead and watch this video really quick here.
When pastor has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for fraud. You may remember 2 years ago, Bishop Lamar Whitehead was robbed at gunpoint during Sunday service. He was convicted in March for wire fraud, extortion, and making false statements to federal law enforcement agents. Prosecutors say Bishop Whitehead stole thousands of dollars from his parishioners to buy luxury goods and sought to defraud and extort a businessman and commit loan fraud.
I know Larry Reed is somewhere cackling right now because he went so hard at him. He was calling him the F word and everything else and threatening to sue him. And, again, being super defensive, but that's because he knew he was doing dirt. So they've given him 9 years. And the crazy thing is he already did time for fraud back in the day. I think he was in there for about 10 years before. Could have been longer. I'm not sure. But I know he was locked up before for fraud. So it's like you got a second chance. You're claiming that you're a bishop and, you're a man of the cloth and everything else. Why go back to them scamming ways? So justice has been served. Justice has been served. Because I remember a lot of his victims coming out from his church, literally crying, they gave this man their life savings, and he promised to flip it and put it into real estate investments. And he did nothing but just pocket the money. But then was sitting online threatening people, knowing that he was doing a bunch of dirt behind the scenes. That's what didn't make any sense. So good luck and good riddance to him. So now let's go ahead. We got to hit on this situation. Now I found out about this after my live stream on Sunday. I had found out about this. I think Janisa had texted me that they are trying to re-implement the draft. The military is. And I have been talking about this for years on this channel. Matter of fact, one of the deep dives I did about the whole Gaza-Israel situation, I talked about how the military is doing certain tactics to make the military more appealing to especially young men. So they'll have military social media influencers, like, you know, the hot blonde, and, you know, she's in like a military airplane, but yet she has her nails done, she has makeup, and they're trying to make it look like if you join the military, you know, you'll have access to these type of women. Then you also had, you know, the whole thing with like Nicki Minaj. I believe it was Lil Uzi, I might be wrong, or Travis Scott. But it was like a whole bunch of celebrities that were in like military games, you know, for like PlayStation and Xbox. Like, what was it? Gears of War and different stuff like that. So they're trying to appeal to like the next generation. And like I was showing in that deep dive, the next generation, they're not thinking about the military. They're not volunteering their services. And so this has been talked about a lot. They've even had to dumb down the requirements. And when I say dumb down, I mean like the weight requirement, the health requirement, the stamina, the exercises, because most kids are not out there, you know, running miles and, you know, keeping themselves healthy. A lot of them are on the video game or they're on social media. So they've had to like really like bring down a lot of the standards just so the ones who are volunteering can make it. So it's getting real. So this has been a big discussion. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article here. Okay, so this article says the House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday automatically registering men aged 18 to 26 for selective service. It was a part of the annual National Defense Authorization Act, which sets out the U.S. government's military and national security's priorities over the next fiscal year. This year's NDAA authorizes $895.2 billion in military spending, a $9 billion increase from the fiscal 2024, okay? So they're saying while it hasn't been invoked in over half a century, it's mandatory for all male U.S. citizens to register for the selective services known as the military draft when they turn 18. Failure to register is classified a felony and comes with a host of legal challenges. So this is really scary and disturbing. Now, Cardi B had something to say about this. We're going to watch what she had to say about it here. Let me go ahead and share this tab.
These new kids, you want to send these new kids to fight these wars? The TikTok fucking hip shakers? Out of your mind. This is a new America, baby. This ain't the 19 motherfucking. Nah, like seriously, you gonna draft these kids that be TikToking all day to fight them, what? Most likely what, them Russians? Them motherfuckers that be fighting bears and shit? And motherfucking climbing mountains to go to school and whatever? I got some news for you motherfuckers. I just read an article.
Okay, so y'all just heard what Cardi had to say. And then there's been a few people talking about it also on TikTok. This dude is snapping.
Let me make myself crystal fucking clear. My son, he ain't going to war for you. Why should my son go to war for you? When all of you have done is shown that you don't give a fuck about my family, and you surely don't give a fuck about the American people's family. You have betrayed us. You have lied to us. You have opened the borders and let animals in that have been hurting our American brothers and sisters. And I'm not talking about the good ones, Mr. President. I'm talking about the ones that are coming here to hurt our families. You have shown that you have no interest in the American people. You have shown no interest that you care about us, and you want to put a draft together, and you're asking my son to fight for you. That is absolutely not fucking happening. My son will not fight for you, and I've got about 15 million other children that I can guarantee you, and I promise, if called upon and you are still running this country with your corrupt administration, will not be fighting for you. But my suggestion is, you have grandchildren. You have grandchildren of age or coming up of age. Put them on the front lines.
Chad, okay. So y'all just heard what he had to say. So a lot of people want to know my opinion on this because, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, I'm a mom, right? And unfortunately, my kids are draft age. My youngest son just turned 18 and I have a 23-year-old. So both of my boys fall in that range. And that is extremely scary to think about as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's one thing if the boys wanted to volunteer and they're like, oh, I want to be a part of the Navy or the Marines or whatever. I can't do anything as a mom but support that. But to know that your kids can be drafted and, shipped off to war, it is very scary, And this is going to affect a lot of people. Now, people are saying that, people are getting outraged for no reason. This hasn't been 100% confirmed yet. It's still going through the Senate. But the fact that it's been drafted and they're, looking to vote on it means that it's going to more than likely go through. Because we have to understand what is going on in this world, like we talk about here all the time. Outside of the celebrity news and celebrity gossip, there's a lot going on. I've been talking about World War III now for damn near a year, okay? They have been laying the foundation. Just last weekend, remember, Russian ships have sailed now to Cuba. Cuba is not that far from Florida, okay? There's a reason why Russia is now buddying with Cuba, because that's very, very close to the United States. Also, Ukraine, our baby mama, is not only begging for money constantly to help maintain and fund their war, but they've lost a lot of people. I don't know if you guys realize this, but they are losing the war against Russia. And they have been losing the war against Russia now for well over a year. They're not winning this war. So now what they're doing, because they want us to feel like, because we're giving them money and we're giving them arms and stuff like that, that somehow they're winning. They're not winning. Because why? If they were winning, then why has Ukraine literally let out a bunch of prisoners to go fight in the front lines? They are now dependent on prisoners to go help them fight their war. So it's getting bad. So now once our baby mama loses all these prisoners and all these men that they're sending in the front line, and what I'm also hearing is that women are being recruited as well. They're being drafted. So it's not just men. I'm also hearing women. So once our baby mama loses all this, you don't think that they're going to eventually turn and be like, okay, now we need men in the U.S. to go and help. Because our military, unfortunately, is not military anymore. A lot of these kids are woke. They got TikTok, and I also feel like that's really why they want to ban TikTok as well. Because TikTok, a lot of kids have been able to become more aware of things on TikTok. They get their news from TikTok. They spend more time on TikTok than they even do on YouTube. And TikTok does not silence people as much as platforms like YouTube and Instagram. So you're able to get more real information on TikTok. And I feel like that's why they want to ban it. So you have all these kids not only, shaking their hips on TikTok, but they're becoming more aware of the world around them. And they don't want to volunteer for a war, especially a war that's not benefiting them. They didn't create this mess. It's funny how the people at the top, they create all of the bullshit. They create all of the drama. They create all of the wars, but it's never their children, their grandchildren, their families affected. It's always the poor, middle class. Those are the ones that are affected first. So if they start this draft, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go to the hoods. Well, you can't find, a job. Jobs are scarce right now. But if you sign on for the military, we'll give you a $50,000 sign-on bonus that can help your family. They're definitely going to pitch it, which they've been doing. But now because the pitches are not working, the video games aren't working, the hot military babes on TikTok are not working, now they're trying to implement the draft. So this is really scary. This is really, really scary. And I know a lot of people feel like, well, it doesn't bother me. I'm 28 or I'm 30, so I'm not draft age. No, it should bother you because I'm sure you know somebody who's 18. I'm sure you know somebody between the ages of 18 and 27. It may not be you, but I'm sure you have a cousin, a friend, friend's brother. So this should bother you because, again, it may stop where they're saying 18 to 27, but if it gets really bad, they can always move the age up. They can always say all men in the country. That's what they've done in Ukraine. All men must fight, regardless of age. I mean, of course, not the little babies, but y'all know what I'm saying. Even in Russia, they're doing the same thing. So nobody, I mean, I saw a lot of people like super happy, like, oh, well, it don't affect me. It very much does. It very much does. Because back when they had the draft in the 60s, you know how many people lost, like, you know, young men in their neighborhoods? Whole neighborhoods would have, like, you know, parties, you know, little block get-togethers every time a young man was killed in Vietnam during those drafts. That is sad. So no, as a mom of boys, no, I don't want the draft to come back. That's why I say, like, you know, we really should be appreciative of the people in the military. You know, the men, women who serve, they put their lives on the line so that way we have the freedom to sit up online and shake our hips on TikTok and to have, you know, somewhat of an opinion. Our country doesn't look like Ukraine right now. Our country doesn't look like Russia. That is because of these men and women who are in the military. You know, so it's really sad. It's just like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, you know what I'm saying, going forward, especially as summer is coming, but there's definitely something amiss. And don't forget that Russia recently declared the United States their enemy. That's not been declared. He didn't say that for his health. So, you know, it's really terrifying, all of the stuff that's going on. And to me, it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're talking about old treaties and Cold Wars, things that have nothing to do with us. We weren't even born when all this stuff was going down between Russia and Ukraine and the old USSR. And, you know, that's like a whole rabbit hole within itself. You know, not an inch to the left and NATO and all that stuff. But now, us who had nothing to do with it, our kids, our relatives, our family members, our friends, can now be pulled into this war. It's scary to think about. It really is. It's scary to think about. You're tired said, my son will not fight in the name of NATO. I agree. Auntie Doll Baby says, bring back the draft. So are you going to be the first to volunteer? Just asking. You know, people saying bring back the draft. It's easy to say that if you're a woman or if you're older, if you're not in that age bracket. I don't think they should bring back the draft. I think it should be people who want to volunteer, right, to go to war and stuff like that. And if they don't have enough people who want to volunteer, then how about we stop funding wars and putting our, you know, getting into other countries' business? Because really this was Ukraine and Russia's thing at the end of the day. You know, while he's doing Time magazine photo shoots, he's not on the front line. Not that I would expect him to be. He's the president. But how many innocent people in Ukraine? You think that only Americans don't want to fight? Do you think that somehow the kids, the young men in Russia or the young men in Ukraine are so different from American young men? Maybe they're a bit more masculine or they don't shake their hips on TikTok. But I would bet to think that a lot of these young men, they don't want to go to war and die for something that has nothing to do with them. Old men create wars, and it's the youth that die in them. So it's very easy to say that as somebody who may not be drafted because you're a woman or because you're older, that they should bring back the draft. But I don't think they should. Yeah, you got like somebody in the chat. People are just out here trying to survive. You got folks who are just looking, trying to survive every day and work a 9 to 5 and get a job and go home and, get some sleep before they have to do it over again the next day. So it's I don't know, it's just really sad. And everybody keeps acting like Donald Trump is a savior. I keep seeing people say, you got to vote for Trump. Vote for who you want to vote for. I don't get into politics. Whoever you're for is your business. But, Trump or not, there's a war on the horizon. There's a war on the horizon. China is trying to become a superpower. You have the BRICS nations. You have a lot of turmoil going on globally around the world. There's a lot of global conflicts. Even now, the Suez Canal. What is the other one by Yemen in East Africa? The other canal over there. I don't know why, like, my brain fogged. There's war over there. They're trying to control, like the ships and the merchants. It's a lot going on. I don't know why I cannot think of that canal right now. It like just left my mind. The Red Sea. Thank you. Box Benji. The Red Sea. There's a lot of conflict over in that area as well. So you're talking about, you're going to eventually understand once we're not able to get supplies, food, clothing. The stores are starting to look emptier and emptier. But it's going to get really real if a lot of these wars start popping off in these countries that we just assume it's those people over there, it has nothing to do with me. Like I always say, not to be cliche, but we're all one big circle. This is one big circle of life. Whatever one does in one part of the world, it's going to have an effect on this part of the world eventually. It may take some time, but it eventually trickles over. And there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of different little proxy wars. So regardless of who's in office, it's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. So the fact that they're now officially announcing that they're trying to bring back the draft, that says a lot. The fact that they're even thinking about bringing back the draft, that lets me know that that war is getting closer and closer. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary, everything that's going on right now. Let me read some of these super chats here real quick. Wanda Pinkney says, I love your style and your realism is everything. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yazel sent $2, says, love you, T. I'm always here to support you. Thank you so much, sis. SL Doisier, I hope I said that right. Sent 5 says, T, you're a great representation of big Leo energy. Our season is coming soon. 2 million coming soon. It is. Thank you so much. I can't wait. Leo season is right around the corner, honey. Thank you for the super chat too. Let's see here. Belly B, Sam 499 says, I know you don't want to be on TV, but if you were on TGIF, I swear to God, I would watch every day. No bull, but your personality is what they needed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That means a lot to me. Again, that's just never been my thing. I've never wanted to be on TV or have my own show and stuff like that. Like, I'm content just building my own platform here and doing my own commentary. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Just me doing me. I love that name. Sim 499 says, T, I've been a fan since day one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Blatino boy, what's up, Blatino? Says Louis Prada Gucci. Pop them tags. You're a mess. Thank you so much for the super chat. You talking about that damn Bling Bishop. D Midget sent $19.99, says I finally caught a live. Love you, T. Thank you for your content. Congrats on a milli. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Let's see here. Ooh, it just refreshed. Hold on. Let me go back up. TJ Blue Eye sent 20, says I loved you in 2016 and still love you to this day. What made me respect and love you more is that a man can be a victim of SA And as a survivor of SA, I'm glad you advocate for men. Hold on, cut off. For men as victims as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, with me, what you see is what you get on this channel. And I always feel like what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And so many times, you know, we talk about serious topics, right? Sexual harassment, SA, things like that. But we only talk about it from a female perspective. And I think that when we're having those type of dialogue, we need to understand that there's two genders and that both men, women, young boys, young girls can be affected by that. So I will always stand in that. You know, so thank you so much. I appreciate your support, love. Thank you. Let's see here. Victoria Lewis says the draft was coming regardless of any social media app. Y'all were distracted the whole time. Wake up. Yeah, we've literally been talking about the draft on this channel for at least 3 years now. For at least 3 years, we've been talking about the draft. So I'm not surprised that it's finally being drafted. No pun intended. Lovely Libra says, hey T, celebs say they just want to do their job and hate taking pics, but forget regular folks have parts of their job they don't like and still do it. We're going to get on him in just a second. So thank you so much. We're going to definitely talk about that. Kiman sent $5, says these loud talking MAGA dudes say screaming and fighting for patriotism, but ain't thinking about joining those of us that served. Sit down, boy. Well, thank you so much for your service. I appreciate it. You're right. You know, people love talking about patriotism and waving that flag, but they're also not lining up to join the military. So I definitely agree. And that, myself included, I'm not saying that like I have no plans. I don't want to. Even when I was in high school and they were asking, you know, who wants to join? No, I don't. I have no strength to join the military. That's why I'm so grateful, okay, for the people who join and put themselves at risk and who do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't do it. And I know that personally. I physically could not do it. So thank you so much for your service. Let's see here. Kay Frank says this goes hand in hand with the abortion ban and falling birth rates. The U.S. needs more babies, soldiers to maintain their world power. Yeah, we've been saying that for a while. And even if you guys don't know, Ukraine is like the surrogacy capital of the world. And it's been a lot of things coming out there that they are going to Ukrainian women and they're creating like these whole birthing centers where they're paying these women to give birth. You know, they're getting impregnated by, I don't want to suspect who's impregnating these women, but they're getting pregnant and they're in these huge camps and their only thing to do is breed and give birth. So, yeah. It goes deep. All this stuff goes really deep with a lot of the stuff that's going on. And we're also living in a world where a lot of people feel like they don't want to have children. You know, they feel like it's not even so much about the abortion, but I hear that from a lot of people. Like, they don't want kids. Like, what am I bringing kids in? Like, what is the future going to look like? I can barely keep a job. I can barely get a job. You know, the money's not money in. The rent is going up. Mortgage is going up. Car notes, interest rate, everything's going up. So a lot of people can't even afford to have children right now, unfortunately. So I think all of this stuff goes hand in hand. I definitely agree with you. Let's see here. Mary Jane says 18 to 27-year-olds can't even rent an apartment. Why the F would they want to help this country? Thank you so much for the super chat. I definitely agree. Joshua 23 cent 10 says they just increased the minimum pay for junior enlistments by 19%. I believe it. I definitely believe it. D Midget says she's a U.S. Navy nurse. Thank you for your service as well, sis. Thank you. Live Love says those fossils empower to fight their own battles. I guarantee that there wouldn't be any conflict if they had to do their own dirty work. Definitely agree with that. Or if their families would be at risk, there would be no conflict. Stacy says same with the UK. So it looks like in the UK, they're also doing some type of draft and trying to get people to join. Tall Lady says, in boot camp, we joined because we were poor. Navy 2011. Wow. Well, thank you for your service, Tall Lady. Thank you. Marlon Harrison. What's up, Marlon? He sent 20, says a lot of military personnel are against the mandated draft, especially since a lot of military personnel from past wars are homeless, on drugs, or have PTSD. I definitely agree. And that's the thing, too. Like, you know, do you want a lot of these kids just being drafted? You know, you have kids with mental health issues. They have short attention spans. You know, this whole victim mentality, like, is that even good for the military? Like, at that point, I feel like you just want a warm body that can take a bullet. Because a lot, you know, not saying all, but, you know, there's a good portion of the population that's just mentally they're off. They've been going through a lot. They can barely handle being in school, let alone the military. That's going to be interesting. You know, like, can you trust that person who's mentally not all there, who's talking about depression and anxiety every 5 minutes? Do you trust them to have your back in a war? Or are they going to have an anxiety attack and run the other way? You know, so those are just some things that they have to think about. And I know they do, like, you know, psych evaluations, but it sounds like they're so desperate that even if they do a psych evaluation, they just need a warm body. That's what it's starting to sound like. Because even, like I said, in Ukraine, they're letting prisoners out. And, you know, a lot of them are not wrapped too tight because the prisons in Ukraine are not like prisons in America. Most prisons overseas are 10 times worse than anything in America. I've watched Locked Up Abroad. Those prisons are crazy. So the fact that they're letting them out and forcing them to join the war, that says a lot. That says a whole lot. So let me get on this last story here before I go. We got over 10,000 people in here. Shout out to y'all. So we got to talk about this whole Anthony Mackie situation once again. He's trending. Let me see if Madia posted this yet. Okay, looks like she just posted it. Okay, now who remembers when I told y'all this story when I went to Tyler Perry's party and Anthony Mackie was there? It was, put a tick if y'all remember that. I had told y'all this story a few years ago. And it was me. It was like a celebrity event, right? So it wasn't like, you know, quote unquote, you know, just the average person. It was just, you know what I'm saying? It was like a bunch of celebrities. It was for like the sisters premiere and stuff like that. It was media. And so everybody in there was cool, having a good time. And everybody knows I'm a Marvel fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm Team Marvel. So I see Anthony Mackie. And again, everybody's in there just taking, you know, like fun pictures, group pictures, things like that. So, you know, I went up to him and I was like, I love your work. I'm a big Marvel fan. I was like, can I get a picture with you? And he was like, nah, I don't do pictures. I was like, oh, okay. You know, cool. You know, that's it. I'm not about to harass him. He said, no, cool. And then I noticed other people would go up to him as well. I'm talking about other celebrities, like A-list, you know, bigger celebrities. And he was like, no. But then it's almost like he started an argument because I remember like he got mad because I think Freddie was taking a picture of somebody, not of him, but he was kind of in the vicinity and he was trying to confront him like, you better not be taking a picture of me and this and that. And he's like, I wasn't taking a picture of you. I'm taking a picture of, you know, such and such. And like, I realized like his attitude was like just really, really nasty and cold. And it wasn't that serious, right? So it's funny now, like years after that experience, more and more people are coming out and they're talking about their experience with Anthony Mackie and how he refuses to take pictures with people. So now he's talking about it on this podcast about why he refuses to take pictures. So because a girl had a situation with him recently. So we're going to go ahead and listen to this. Give me just a second here to share my tab. Okay, so let me mute this.
Several experiences now where people have taken a picture with me and used them for ways that I don't deem, you know, the right way. So because of that, I choose not to be a part of your social reality. You know,
it is interesting there the melding of actors and celebrities where there used to be more difference,
Completely
and now
different.
people they're conflated into the same thing. But
Right.
it's like I have no interest in that other part.
Right.
It's the job. It's what I do.
Yeah.
But the assumption that you're that as well is
Right. I have
frustrating.
people tell me all the time, well, this is what you signed up for. I'm like, that's crazy. That's like telling a girl that because she got put on a cute dress and went to a bar, she signed up for me to harass her all night. No. In this day and age, we literally learn that we have to respect everyone's no. So if I tell you no, respect it. There's been several
Okay. I didn't agree with him comparing somebody asking for an autograph and him saying no to like somebody wearing like a sexy outfit and being sexually harassed. I don't, apples to oranges, sir. Like now you're kind of reaching with that one. So this girl, she's going viral about this situation with Anthony Mackie. So we're going to watch this.
And let me just say, rudest human being alive. So I live in New Orleans. I'm here for spring break. Apparently Anthony Mackie lives here too. I pulled up to a gas station. Here Anthony Mackie comes in this huge fucking truck, all blacked out, all fucking sleek, windows down. So it's like, also, if you don't want people to come up to you and fucking say how much they appreciate your work, why the fuck are all your windows down and you're blasting music, smoking a fucking cigar? So I park my car, getting ready to pump my gas. I see Anthony Mackie across the fucking lot. I gently walk up to him, being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to bother. Because I know celebrities are on time. I know celebrities got shit to do. I understand that. So I walk up being very, very, very respectful, very, very, very open-minded, being like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. Tell me why Anthony... So I just met... Tell me why Anthony Mackie did this. No. To my face. No. And then just went back to what he was doing, having me standing there. I was standing there in front of Anthony Mackie being like, oh, should I leave? Like, should I go? When I tell you, I'm at the same gas station as you, bitch. Baby, we on the same level playing field. I'm pumping the same gas you pumping right now. And you can't even look at me. Even if he was like, oh, like, hi, like, shush, like, you know, like, I'm on the low right now, but it's so nice to meet you. That would have been amazing. But I get a hand to the face, get fucking stranded, looking stupid. Anthony Mackie, the rudest celebrity. The rudest celebrity. You make celebrities look bad. You do. You make them look bad. You fucking...
Okay, I'm laughing because it's like I feel like I'm finally like being validated because now there's like all these Anthony Mackie stories, right? So let me say this again. Yes, he's not obligated, you know, to like take pictures with anybody. I think the issue with Anthony Mackie is that he does come off low key rude though. It's not like it's almost like I know people are like, oh, she feels entitled and. It's almost like a condescending no, where it like kind of shocks you. Because it's like, you be so excited, like, oh, that's Captain America, that's Falcon. You're excited, especially like as a Marvel fan, right? And he's just like, it's like a look that he gives, like he's just so disgusted. And no, I don't do pictures. And it's like, oh, shit. Like, you know, whereas like, if somebody doesn't want to take pictures, like, oh, no, not right now. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like, I think it's the way he does it. He has like a very like weird, like arrogant, condescending vibe. And I think that's what pisses people off. It's the way he says it. Like you can say no, right? Everybody has a right to say no. But I just think it's the way he says it. It's almost like how dare you, peasant, ask me, Anthony Mackie, for a picture? I think not. Even though that's not what he's saying, that's like the energy that he's giving. You know, so at the end of the day, he's a trip. I'm glad these stories are coming out so people don't feel like I just made that up at the party. Like, when I tell you, like, after a while, people was ready to jump up because he was just doing too much. Because again, and then I thought, like, this is weird because this is a celebrity environment. He acts the same way, so don't feel bad because, you know, you're a regular, degular person at the gas station. He's like that with celebrities, too. The guy's just an asshole. I mean, he was snapping on the celebrities. No, I don't do pictures. No, don't take pictures near me. I'm over here trying to enjoy my drink. Go over there. Yeah, he's a trip. He's a trip. He's a trip. You know, but I don't know, because half the chat is like, who is he? So that's the thing. I'm like, is everybody, you know, running up to him? I'm not saying that he hasn't been in big movies, you know. I like Marvel movies, so that's how I know him. And, you know, he's been in a few other stuff. But, I mean, he's not Denzel. Like, I've met Denzel, and Denzel was nice. I didn't ask for a picture, though. I didn't want to bother him. But he was nice. Like, he spoke. You know, he was friendly. His energy was friendly. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. People, you know, we all know him from Clarence. I don't know if y'all are going up to him and, you know, rapping. You know, Clarence's parents had a real good marriage. Or, you know, saying that B-Rabbit beat him in the rap battle. I don't know. But the way he be popping off, you would think we're making fun of him for being in 8 Mile. We don't even bring up 8 Mile to him. I brought up, you know, the Marvel movies. I didn't bring up 8 Mile. I didn't rap Eminem's verse. Why are you so angry, sir? He's a trip, but again, one thing I will say is he keeps the same energy. Remember, he went viral over like a few months ago. I did another video on him. He refused to he refused to take a picture with a kid. Let me see if I can find that. Who remembers that story? I was talking about him a few months ago. He refused the kid and the mama got mad. He do not care. And that's what I will say. Anthony Mackie keeps the same energy. Let me see if I could. Captain America refused to take a picture with a young fan.
This guy is a gangster.
Let's watch this TikTok. So that's one thing I will say. He does keep the same energy for celebrities, regular people, even children, okay?
This guy is a gangster. His real name is Clarence. Okay, so Anthony Mackie is facing some backlash online this week. But what did he do?
Mackie, an actor, he's went viral the last couple of days because he refused to take picture with a young fan. This happened actually at Essence, and a young boy, black boy, went and wanted to take a picture, and he said no. The grandmother couldn't believe that Anthony Mackie said no, so she walked over there and asked, hey, can you take a picture with my grandson? He's 11 years old. He's super duper excited to see you. He said no.
So now people are kind of conflicted on this one. So there's other people mad at him, and then there's some people defending him, saying even though...
I told y'all. He keeps the same energy for everybody. Granny thought she's about to change his heart. Poor Granny went over there and was like, my grandson is a big fan of you. He loves Captain America. Anthony Mackie said, I don't give a fuck. No. Fuck free world. 313. Fuck free world. 313. Y'all are a mess. So again, I'm so glad I have been validated because I told that story like back in 2019. And people thought I was over-exaggerating. Not Captain America. Shit. He out here turning down children, celebrities, A-listers, and everything else. He said, don't ask him for no picture. So y'all know now, if y'all see Anthony Mackie, don't even make eye contact. Just grab some white tissue and just hide and shit. Because that's where he loves them checks, though. He loves them Hollywood checks. Okay? But he don't want to be bothered with the fans. Okay? He said he's just there to get a check. Leave him be. Leave him be. So I'm not surprised. That's just what it is. So, you know, Anthony Mackie has a reputation for that. But again, nobody's entitled to anything. You know, he doesn't owe anybody anything. But I think the issue that people have with him is like the way he comes off. It's not a nice no. It's a no that makes you feel like you're this small, you know, because you know, you imagine going up to somebody all excited and shit like, oh my gosh, I love you and I love your movies, da, da, da. And he's just sitting there like stone faced, looking at you like you ain't shit while you in his face. And even before you can ask him for, can we take, no, no. Like, he just cuts you off. She said she walked up to the truck and he was like, no! He already knew what she was about to ask. He had his hand ready. No! Yeah, he a trip. He do not care. Anthony Mackie is a trip. But, you know, even the babies, honey, he said he don't care. Babies, grannies, y'all are not getting a picture. He said he's done. Leave him alone. He's there to do a job. He's there to act. That's it. But he also needs to understand, okay, that what goes up must come down. And if you have a reputation of being mean to your fans, and again, I'm not saying that he owes, right, fans anything, but does anybody have a picture with Anthony Mackie? Outside of like the red carpet? Like, let's keep it real. Like, at least Chris Brown has pictures with his fans. We can be like, oh, okay, I've seen Chris Brown, you know, with pictures with his fans. I've seen Justin Bieber with pictures with his fans. You know, I've seen, you know, a lot of people. I don't think I've ever seen a fan picture with Anthony Mackie. So he needs to understand the people who, you know, help his check are the fans who are going to go watch these movies. So if you end up having a reputation that you're mean or that you don't want to interact with your fans, or you think that your fans are beneath you, that's not a good look. So his reputation is starting to like really precede him at this point, because now this is becoming mainstream. And then that's the thing, you know, Essence, like, you know, when you go to something like the Essence Fest, everybody's going to be coming up to you. I'm not even no A-list anything. And people were coming up to me at Essence like, oh my gosh, Lovelyti, can we take a picture? You know, and I take pictures with people. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I'm getting stopped, just, you know, I'm just regular, you know, Joe Blow. Of course people are going to be coming up to you, Anthony Mackie, when you're in blockbuster, you know, Marvel movies. So, you know, it's very strange. It's very strange. I mean, has anybody seen a legitimate fan picture with him? Because I've never seen one. I've never seen one. Everybody saying he ain't all that anyways. Yeah, I don't know. He was just very grumpy, and yeah, his vibe, like, they say don't meet your heroes, honey. And I can say out of all the celebrities I met, like, he was just, his energy was just very, very, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. And it was just weird because, again, he's in a celebrity space. Cause I remember 2 Chainz was there. 2 Chainz, he's so tall. He was so nice. Took a picture with me and everything. You know, we chopped it up real quick. So it's like everybody in there was like talking and mixing and mingling. And then you just had him in the corner next to the bar. No pictures. No pictures. No pictures. No. Like, damn. Talk about, you know, his fear must be meet and greets. That must be his phobia. He's a good actor, though. We're not going to take that from him. He's a good actor. But, yeah, the attitude is just, I don't know what it is. He said he don't want to be a part of y'all reality. And my thing is, I've never known, like, I don't think I've seen a picture with him with a fan, let alone somebody taking a picture with him and putting smut out his name. That's weird. Like, I've never seen that. So I don't know why that's his biggest fear. Like, did I miss the viral story? Somebody who took a picture with Anthony Mackie and then said that Anthony Mackie was his boyfriend? Like, did this happen to him? Like, why is he so traumatized? Because he's never on the blogs for anything outside of him not taking pictures. That's the only time he goes viral. He got a meet and greet phobia. So I don't know. I don't know. His attitude was very, very funky, though. I will say that much. It's just real, like, he didn't want to be bothered with nobody. You know, you would have thought, like, he was the biggest celebrity in the house. So I don't know. Maybe he just came for the free food and drinks. I know that's why I was there. Free food, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, he's an interesting person. Let's see here. Let me scroll down a bit. Oh, Royco 101 sent 10 says, T, look how many conflicts are recognized by the Geneva Convention. I'm going to have to look into that because I know it's a lot of conflicts going on globally. I don't know the number, but I know it's a lot. Let's see here. Jessica says, I always come to you for my news. I started selling masks when you warned us about COVID. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I still can't believe it's been 4 years since C-19. It's insane. Hoo-wee. Let's see here. Nisi sent $4.99. She says, my brother, 24, just went to the Army 1 month ago. He now seems more disciplined and happy. That's good. You know, and I think that's when you get good soldiers or people who want to be there. You know what I mean? If they really want to join, you're going to have somebody who's looking for a new adventure. You know, they genuinely want to be there. I think where they're going to run into trouble is you got a bunch of kids who don't want to be there, you know, and they're going to do anything to get up out of there. So that's what's going to be interesting. But I'm glad that it's going well for your brother. So thank you. JP says the Democrats started this war. However, we're not ready for this convo. I agree. Old man Joe, honey. Let's see here. Miss Monica says, sending love from one Leo to another. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Deborah sent $20. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Fedrina Abdullah sent $6.98. Says, I know sometimes from I know someone from Ukraine who's been hopping from country to country to avoid getting drafted. Anytime his family talks to him, might be the last. Wow. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary. Well, hopefully he can keep, you know, dodging and being safe. So thank you for that. Shy B sent $20. Thank you so much, Shy. Appreciate you. Tracy Magnum sent 10. Says Putin in North Korea. Putin is in North Korea. He's playing chess. He definitely is. He definitely is. Ugh, it's just scary to think about just everything that's going on right now. Let's see here. King Alone sent $1.99. Says in 10 years he'll be trying to do a meet and greet for $4. Oh yeah, in 10 years he won't have meet and greet phobia. You know, once he's like washed and nobody's checking for him. I remember when I used to be in those movies. Yeah, you gotta, I don't know, you gotta understand too that at the end of the day, it's your fans. And I'm not saying you have to take a picture with every single fan, but again, I've just never even seen a picture of him with a fan, ever. So, and his reputation is now starting to precede him. And I don't think that's a good look. Especially when you're like in and I don't want to say that Marvel is necessarily, you know, children's movie, but a lot of young kids are Marvel fans. Like, let's keep that real. More young kids watch Marvel than adults. So he has to understand kids are going to see him as Captain America and look at him as a hero, you know, but yeah, he be shattering that facade. He ain't got no shame in it. Tarika Turner says, I'm one of the special needs tea sippers. I love you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you for tuning in and showing support. Thank you. Paz897 says, I'm just glad seeing your golden plaque. You worked so hard for so many years. Congrats, T. That is, oh, you said gratis? Okay, so that's congratulations in Swedish from your favorite Swedish tea sipper. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you for being an OG tea sipper. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Totem Power says, I would like to see how you would respond to Denzel. Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't think that he would show any type of disrespect to Denzel. Denzel don't even have that energy. Denzel's like a really, really cool guy. And one thing I've noticed, honestly, like when I lived in LA, I think like some of the most humblest people that I personally met were the A-listers, like the big, like I remember, like I said, when I got a chance to work on How to Get Away with Murder with Viola Davis. She was so nice. You know what I'm saying? She spoke to like all the background people. Me and her did like this little scene. It got cut. You know what I'm saying? And I remember her like, because I was like nervous and like, you know, giddy. And she was like, you know, just calm down. Don't look dead into the camera. Like she was giving me tips. Whereas like other people you would meet that were nowhere near A-list level, they would have some of the nastiest attitudes. And a lot of them were like the reality stars or the Z-listers, you know what I'm saying, or who would just happen to be social media famous. They always had like an air of arrogance and it just didn't make any sense. But some of like the coolest people were the ones who were like the biggest stars. You know, they just seemed to be like super nice and inviting and very appreciative, you know, of like the crew, the staff, you know, things like that. So yeah, Viola Davis was like super, super nice. And Denzel was nice too. So Anthony is just, I don't know. Let's see here. Hold on. Tracy says, wacky Mackie's punk ass. Ooh. Y'all is too funny. I think there was one more super chat here. Let me read it. That came through. It disappeared. Let me scroll up. I think like somebody has sent a big super chat. Then it disappeared. I think it refreshed and disappeared. Hold on. See if I can scroll back up. I'm sorry. Whoever sent the $100 super chat, I'm sorry. I tried to scroll back up to it. I seen it come through. It popped up and then it disappeared. Let me see if I can go back up and scroll and see. It's not letting me. Oh, here it is. Okay. It was Shan Sablan. Sent $100, says, thank you, T. I needed to hear the message about moving on from an unhappy environment at work. I've been debating it for the past 2 months. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat, sis. I appreciate you. And I don't think you should ever keep yourself in any situation that you're unhappy with. Because, again, I've always felt like this when it comes to work. We spend more time at work with people, you know, our coworkers, our bosses, than we even do our own families. You know, so if your work environment is not conducive and it's stressful and it's drama-filled, it's better to move. And that's one thing I will say that's really dope about this generation, like especially like Gen Z. They have no loyalty to any job. Gen Z will chuck the deuces and go on to the next Starbucks, go on to the next customer service spot. Whereas with our generation, the millennials and Gen X, we were taught that, you know, you're supposed to like literally have one job the rest of your life and work there for 30 years and have all this, you know, like be faithful to one job. No, because at the end of the day, if the company like ends up shutting down or they need to do layoffs, they don't think twice about how long your tenure is and the fact that you've been holding them down for 10 years. They will have a box on your desk Monday morning and say, hey, you've been laid off. Thank you for your hard work. So nobody owes a job anything. That's one thing I will say I really respect about the younger generation. They will quit a job quick. I don't need this shit. My mental health. And they're out. And they'll go find another job. And people can say, well, it's bad to job hop, but a lot of these jobs aren't loyal. A lot of these jobs will fire you with the quickness and replace you. So, sis, if you're feeling stressed and you feel like the environment is no longer for you, definitely start making a way, start putting out your resume, and start planning your exit. You know? Again, you don't have to burn bridges, right? Just because you're quitting a job, you don't have to stand on the desk and pull up your shirt and flash at everybody and say, fuck you in this job. You don't have to do that. Still leave with grace. You know what I'm saying? If they do exit interviews, you know, do the exit interview. That's what I did when I left my IT job. I did my exit interview. You know, they loved having me there. And they said, if everything doesn't work out with YouTube, you'll always have a place here. That was almost 7 years ago. I ain't been back. But I know if I ever had to go back, I could go back because I didn't burn any bridges. So again, you know, always lead with tact, but you don't owe any job your mental health, your happiness. We all only have one life to live. So if you're not happy in that situation, definitely do not feel bad. Do not feel like you're beholden to these folks. Because I remember I worked at City for years. And when they got ready to lay people off, they didn't give a damn how long you had been there. You were laid off. You know, and that's just what it was. So I hope everything gets better for you. But yeah, definitely, you know, put your resume out there and, you know, take a leap of faith. And if you feel like the job is no longer for you, don't let anybody shame you into making you stay in a situation that you don't like at all. Because sometimes the bag is not worth it. Your peace and how you sleep at night, to me, is more worth it than having to put on a facade or be fake and sit next to somebody that I don't like or deal with people that are just toxic. Because like I always say, we can't control other people, right? You can't control your co-host. You can't control your co-workers. The only thing we control in life is ourselves. So once I don't feel, you know, happy about a situation, I remove myself from the equation. Because that's the only thing I can control. I can't control how anybody else responds to a situation. Only myself. So good luck with everything, sis. And thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Somebody said young millennials are not having it either. Oh, yeah. Y'all ever been on that work TikTok? They got all types of phrases. Quiet quitting. What is it? Lazy girl Monday or some shit. They got all types of little names. They just go to work on Mondays and they just do the bare minimum. Bare minimum Mondays. That's what it is. Bare minimum Mondays. They got all these little names. Like, just say you don't want to work. Like, just say you don't want to be there anymore. Y'all got all these little fancy names and stuff like that. So, you know, again, you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, like somebody said in the chat, AG says, leave with integrity. You know, so you don't want to burn any bridges just because, you know, you want to quit or move on. Everybody has a right to quit and move on to greener pastures, but don't burn bridges because you never know if a situation that you move on to, it may not work and you may end up missing your old job and want to go back. But if you burn bridges because you were on the desk jumping up and down with your titties hanging out, you can't come back, okay? Or whipping your peen out like, I quit. You can't come back. So like AG said, always leave with integrity. Always leave with integrity. So on that note, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get up out of here. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. We had over 10,000 people. Please hit the video with the like if you enjoyed the commentary, if you enjoyed this live stream. Thank you guys once again for tapping in, and thank you all for the support and the love on my channel and on my streams. I'm going to be coming back with more content, more live streams and everything else. I got some more videos in the works that I'm working on. I'm trying to cook up something for the true crime channel, okay? I'm still working on some stuff. There's a story that I've been working on that I really want to do. So hopefully I will find the energy to do it. I'm trying to like take a whole weekend out to like write out the script and finish, you know, the details. But I think like it's a story that I'm really, really fascinated in, and I've been thinking about it over the past few months. I really want to hit on it. For all y'all who keep asking, you know, where's the true crime tea time? You just left that channel. So I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. Okay, true crime is very draining and depressing. So I needed a break. I didn't know the break was gonna be a year, but I'm coming. I'm working on something. So stay tuned to that. So on that note, you guys, I'm out. Thank y'all for watching. Love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone.